There's a good chance you don't know who Roxon is, but they make multi-tools and some that are quite unique. The Phantom is no exception, and I'd like to show you what this budget multi-tool has to offer. So let's go ahead and get right to it. So the Phantom is a multi-tool I've wanted to pick up for a little while. The reason I'm doing it now, actually it kind of happened after number 3 of the Leatherman Garage, where they had the exchangeable blades. And I'm like, I've seen this before and I've seen it done better. And it reminded me of this and their folding knife, which I reviewed way back when, which was only about 15 bucks and has exchangeable blades. This is a multi-tool with a blade exchanger. And so I wanted to showcase that you could do it and do it in a much better way. So let's go ahead and walk through the Roxon Phantom. There's actually a lot of features to this tool that I think are done better than some of the bigger name brands. And there's nothing else really on the market like it. So let's go ahead and pull out the tool. So first, as you will see, it's definitely a different form factor. And in pretty much the entirety of the tool, all the edges are rounded. So there's a lot fewer sharper edges like you will find on the majority of mainstream multi-tools. It also comes with some spare cutters, which is greatly appreciated because I'm sure it's difficult to source them otherwise. And it comes with a sheath. And you'll notice that in the sheath, there is also a bit kit included. There's a thought. You have a tool that needs bits, you include the bits with the multi-tool. You know, I think if certain brands maybe included bits with their multi-tool, they would sell a lot more of them. Just a thought. Anyway, you'll notice though that these are 4mm bits, and it has a converter for that and a square on the opposite side. And we'll get to how that attaches in a minute. So for starters, on the outside, this looks quite a bit different than most multi-tools. And this does things different than most multi-tools. So let's start with the blade. So the blade it comes with is a Tanto shape. And what I find interesting, in addition to this being a very transparent company, they have all the materials and everything listed on the back. And yeah, it's solid. You can see the materials right there. They have different materials for the exchangeable blades. So this is, I believe, 5CR, but the ones that you purchase separately, and here's an example of some of the different ones, and my favorite being the utility knife, by the way. These are actually 8CR, I believe, which is pretty cool. So a slightly better upgrade on steel for the extra blades that you buy. And this will work not only for this particular multi-tool, but it'll work for their pocket knife as well. So that's really, really neat. So the way this works, and we'll close the liner lock, it's just a liner lock, is you pop out these two spots here, the frame comes off, and you get access to your blade. It's really, really simple design. So if you need to take this off to clean it, let's say you were, doing food or whatever, you could take it off, clean it, put it back together, and it's a pretty quick process. Just line them up, push down, lock, lock, and you're back to where you were. Very, very quick and easy to do. Not like the Leatherman Garage where we had to undo tiny little screws. This makes a lot of sense, right? This actually makes sense because you're not going to be wearing down threads and different, anyway, it's just a really nice way to do it. So let's go inside. Now this is a big tool. Notice there's 3 different sections. We'll get to that in a minute. When we open it, we get spring-loaded pliers. This is probably the weakest part of the whole tool as far as appeal for me. The pliers are not that big. They're not as big as you would expect from a tool that is this dimension. And speaking of dimensions, let's get a weight. And I think this is something that people are going to ask about. So let's go ahead and get a weight on this thing. So this is in ounces, sorry. It's just about 10.6 ounces, and we'll go ahead and do grams. We'll do grams as well. Grams, here we go. About 300, almost dead on 300 grams. All right, So it's not a light multi-tool by any stretch, and it comes with a sheath, so that's appreciated because that's pretty much the only way I would carry it personally. There's no pocket clip, so they're not trying to make it a pocket clip friendly multi-tool per se. Now on the other side, before we go, I should have probably done this before we got to the pliers. We have a locking, liner locked saw. This actually is done really well, surprisingly. So liner lock saw, easy enough. And then this is something every company should be paying attention to. Check this out. So if I press the tool, this little button, and I press it up, it actually deploys the smaller implements, all four of these things. They have a chisel and bottle opener. We have a partially three-dimensional Phillips. We have a reamer. We have a can opener, wire stripper, and small flathead. So these four implements. And all of these, by the way, lock. How do you unlock it? You use the same button and go this direction, and now it is able to be unlocked. So upwards to pop them out, backwards to lock them. Now, how efficient is that? Very nice. I like that a lot. Now, getting inside, we see the pliers, right? But there's this other button over here. Now watch this. This is crazy. So if I press this button, I can't see it through the viewfinder here. It goes down, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Now it will unlock, and it will give you, big reveal time, one of the biggest pairs of scissors. In fact, they're far bigger than the pliers. They are monstrous scissors. Now, hold on a second. Let me get some material. I want to show you what I'm talking about when I say that these are insanely good. Like, they make the Surge scissors look bad. Hold on. Okay, so this is Titan Survivor cord. So in addition to the normal strands, it has additionals, including a copper wire on top of everything else. This thing is a pain to cut for most scissors. But I'm going to start even at the tip, which is the hardest place. Check this out. No problem whatsoever. Even at the very tip, it goes through it without any issues and no damage whatsoever to the scissors. And these are seriously stupidly over the top. And this is not something I would necessarily do with every scissor, but you can see they're strong enough not to deflect even when I'm cutting large pieces of wood. Very, very good scissors on this thing. Like, actually legit scissors. How cool was that? And they lock in under the plier. Now that's partially why the plier is so small. So looking at this package, it's pretty complete. When you combine that with the fact that you can change this out for more useful blades, and in my head, the more useful blade, the one I would buy, is the package that includes the utility knife blade. I think having utility knife blades in a multi-tool makes a ton of sense. I really, really like it. And if I remember correctly, it comes with this one, it comes with that one, and I'm trying to remember what else. I think it's this one here. I think it's this one, and this one come in that package. Those are all really good and useful shapes already. So you have the, I believe it's a sheep's foot design. You have the clip point, and you have the utility knife in that. And you could even get the pocket knife if you just want to rock a single blade, so you have a really light setup. This is a good idea. This is a really good idea. And they do it in a simple enough way that, yeah, anybody can figure it out. And the price is cheap enough that you can justify getting multiple sets, or at the very least, because you have the utility knife blade holder, you can just get a stack of utility blades and you call it quits. For most people, that's going to be good enough. Now, I almost forgot the big hit. If I go out here and we pull the Phillips, and I should mention that because of this deployment, I can pretty much select it like a Leatherman Free Series tool. Like, I can just deploy it, select the one I want, and then pop it out without needing to use two hands. That's pretty cool. This works like so, where the square side goes onto the Phillips. You get a very long extension doing this, and because you're using 4mm extender, this is narrower than a 1/4 inch, so it's going to go in more slots. And then we have our bit kit, so we have different size Phillips, looks like always up to number 2. Some hex as well as some Torx as well. I think this is this a number 6? It is a T6. So T6 looks like T6, T8, T10. Those are the ones that I actually use the most. So that actually works out, along with a small flathead. That's a lot of included features. You got your spare cutters. Awesome. You got your spit kit included. Awesome. You have a really well thought out tool. I think it's a little bit bulky, but the bulk actually, I think a lot of this has to do with these secondary plates, which they probably could have just hollowed out, like just put holes in them to make them lighter. But the big benefit is that you get one of the most comfortable multi-tools I've ever held in my hands. I mean, using a blade like this, like really hard, this is surprisingly comfortable because of all of these rounded edges all over the place. Like, that's not normal. Like, I don't see that pretty much anywhere in the multi-tool world. So for Roxon to do this, it's pretty interesting. It doesn't get talked about a lot. And as you would expect, I mean, the quality of the materials and so on, it's not the highest, but the price isn't the highest either. I think this thing came in well under $50. So for a package like this, with the bit kit, with the spares, I think a lot of people can get behind this. This is more of a toolbox approach than some of the lighter off-branded multi-tools. But that might not be such a bad thing. In some ways, this is a pretty good throw in a glove box kind of setup. In fact, if I could find a way, I would try to fit this in too. I wonder if I can do that. Hold on a second. Let me just see if I can get all this in here. Just out of curiosity. Yes, indeed. Look at that. So you put the whole thing, including the spare cutters in there, and does that prevent me from pulling everything out? Sort of. I mean, it makes it really tight, but you know, it works. And yeah, I think that'll do it. Yeah. Boom. Look at that. So you can use this. Oh, and oh, by the way, this sheath, this is something that all companies should do. Horizontal carry and vertical carry. That's a spare bonus that most people don't even go through, but that's awesome. Yeah. Well done, Roxon. I want to see more of this. This is, in my opinion, this is more innovative than most of the tools that I see. And they emphasize the right things. Maybe not as much on the pliers as I would like, but they did a good job with the blade exchanger. They did an amazing job with the scissors. The saw looks pretty solid for notching, at least. And the way they deploy those small implements is really, really well done. And it includes some things like the chisel and the reamer that you don't see often in other multi-tools. So yeah, this is the Roxon Phantom. And I gotta say, I like it. I'm not 100% sure yet if this will make it into the recommended under 50, but I'm thinking about it. I mean, it's pretty impressive. I'm curious what you guys think. Should I recommend this? And if you have one, please. I don't think that one experience is enough of a sample size to be say one way or another. So the more feedback you guys give me, the better. So if you do end up picking one up and you use it for a while, please come back and let me know. I read every comment, so it is helpful. So thanks for stopping in. I appreciate your time, and we'll talk again soon.